after independence, the views that had been put together by British historians about the nature of Indian civilization were the only correct ones. And they were not right, as we know now, that the caste system was created by the British through their census work in 1901 and other censuses. And the British totally impoverished India. India's share of the world economy went down from 25% in 1800 to about 2% in 1914. And then there was a slight bump after the First World War when some manufacturing was allowed in India. So we have lived on with many falsehoods, and it has created an attitude where unpleasant or inconvenient things have been pushed under the rug. And what happened in Kashmir in 1990 and many years prior, we saw, I was shocked yesterday. I was talking to some friends from Maharashtra and very well informed. And they said we had no clue that all this had happened. But this, in many ways, was the policy that the Indian intellectuals and perhaps people in the entertainment world adopted. And perhaps the rationale behind was that, why stir up the pot in the sense of let's not talk about inconvenient things. But I think that's a great error. We must confront facts as they are. Truth is what sets us free. And even talking of rasas in the entertainment world, we know that the Hindi movies have focused on shringar and hasya, entertainment to lull people to sleep, so to speak. But one rasa which has been left out is the Raudra rasa. Uh, Heat and light are two aspects of the same reality. Rudra and Shiva are two aspects of the same reality. You cannot have auspiciousness without confronting facts as they are, confronting reality as it is. And we haven't done that. I think Kashmir Files has been a wake-up thing, or has shook up people, because it's taken us to the facts as they are in their raw form, which is what is needed. And this is something, of course, that came up in so many different ways yesterday as well. So I think in that sense, it's really a path-breaking film, because in India, just to give a historical context to how things have been pushed under the rug, one of the greatest genocides ever in the history of mankind took place in Bangladesh in 1971. And after the Pakistanis surrendered, 93,000 of them, there were 153 officers of the Pakistani army who were identified as war criminals. But what India had to do was to set up an international tribunal. Because why do we need this? We need reckoning so that such acts of barbarity are not repeated, because we let them go. So the Pakistani establishment has kept on with the same ways. So we need all of this. We need a reckoning of what happened in Kashmir in the 1980s and thereafter. And this is for the good of everybody. The good not only of the people who have suffered, but also for creating a process which will let the perpetrators of such atrocities free from the clutches of the mentality which has driven them to whatever they have done, whatever atrocities they have done. So I think Kashmir Files is really a historic film because of its boldness, because of its speaking truth to power, and we need more of it. I do hope that there would be other movies and other creative, creations in other intellectual fields, and the writers and scholars and others who would take up um, related issues or issues which are pan-Indic issues. And we must also not forget that in many ways India is truly, although it's sometimes too facile to say India is Vishwaguru, but truly the world is looking up to India. Why? Because just focus on the outer world, on the body, has led the rest of the world to a great sense of despair. In the United States itself, 120,000 people died of drug overdose last year alone. So the world is looking up to yoga. Yoga is really lived Hinduism. We must stand up and recognize for all its power. And I think I trust that the flood that has been unleashed by the flood of emotion and perhaps understanding that's been unleashed by the Kashmir Files will take us to other places, which would be good, not just for Kashmiris, Kashmiri Pandits, Indians, and everybody across the whole world.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.